What is up, everybody? I have here a fresh pickup. Yes, an in-store, in-person pickup from, as you can see, KITH. Very excited to unbox these for you, give you my initial review. These are sold out, and they're going for above retail. They're expensive to begin with, so I'm lucky to get my hands on a pair and give them the initial review for you all. And before we get started, though, please subscribe. It's free. Makes my day. I'd appreciate it. You know, throw in a comment there, watch some other videos, all that stuff. That'd be much appreciated. Also, if you happen to like the video game Apex Legends Battle Royales, my content, I've been streaming on Twitch lately. Give me a follow. The link is on my YouTube channel. It's like Fancy Pants OG. I play Magic the Gathering occasionally, Arena. I might play some other games here and there down the line. You know, I have a Dungeons and Dragons group. You know, I don't really play Dungeons and Dragons all that much, but it's fun to play with my brother and his friends. So yeah, we give that a follow, please, if you like my content. All right, to these, because this is what you're here for. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I am talking about these. Yeah, look at that box. Look at that box. This is the KITH collaboration with New Balance and the Frank Lloyd Wright Taliesin group, specifically Taliesin West. But this is the Frank Lloyd Wright collection and KITH, Ronnie Fieg coming together, and New Balance, like 3 partnerships all into one to bring this dope shoe. I saw these at the store, so I have had my hands on these initially, but we're gonna examine them closer for you. How did I get these? So I'm gonna get into Frank Lloyd Wright a little bit more in a second. I'm a big Frank Lloyd Wright fan. I've obviously, if you watch my channel at all, and like any other person, I've become a bigger New Balance fan in the past few years. They've been doing really cool collaborations and up in their game. So also a fledgling New Balance fan. Also a fan of a lot of the stuff KITH does. So this is just like, you know, PB&J for, you know, I feel like this is like the white dudes hype beast collection right here. But anyways, very stoked when I heard about this project. So I signed up on the KITH app for the 2 colorways. There's 2 colorways of these. I got doesn't list here like Nike, but anyways, I signed up for both pairs, lost on both pairs. Yesterday, I hit on the Nike Peace -1 G-Dragon Quandos for the lady. Went to pick those up at KITH, and I just happened to ask I was browsing their shoe section, and I just happened to ask the sales associate there, yo, do you happen to have any of those New Balance, KITH, Frank Lloyd Wright 998s? And he's like, let me go back and check. I'm like, oh, well, I assume they're sold out. There's none out here. He's like, yeah, sometimes we have some in the back. We don't put them out because of resellers. I'm like, oh, okay, bet. He comes back. He's like, I have, because I asked for size 11.5 or 12. He says, I have a size 11 and brought these out. I was like, damn, because I already know the answer to whether these fit or not. No, but my dad is a Frank Lloyd Wright fan, and I have been getting him shoes over the years, keeping them fresh, as it's an easy birthday, you know, Christmas present for him. So I did cop for him. I already know these are too small because I'll get to it when I try these on. It's just too tight up here, up around the top of the foot. Like, there's enough toe room, but going half size down, it's too tight around here. I feel like I can't even lace them around the top of the foot. So we'll get into that in a second. So yes, don't worry, I'm going to show you the shoes here in a second. I got more to talk about Frank Lloyd Wright, sizing, lots of stuff to say about this pair. So please stick around. Lots of things to get you. On the outside of the box, you can see the packaging. You got Frank Lloyd Wright collection there. These are a made in USA pair, it looks like. It just means a lot of the materials were sourced here and some of it was put together here. It's not like completely, there it is. Here's the explanation. New Balance made US footwear, contains a domestic value of 70% or more. Made makes up a limited portion of New Balance's US sales. So Got it. So not all their shoes are made in the USA, and here just 70% or more of the shoe comes from the US. But you got KITH branding there, 998 KT KITH, I assume, size 11. And on the outside of the box, you got what is like a top-down kind of design of, these are, I think these are called the New Balance 998 Broadacre City. And that was a concept created by Frank Lloyd Wright, a kind of a suburban planning, city planning concept by Frank Lloyd Wright of how you would design homes and space them outside of cities, such to integrate them with nature and farming, etc. So here's kind of like a top-down look at like a concept for what he would call like Broadacre City. So yeah, pretty cool. This was inspired from like his sketches. And this was in collaboration with Taliesin West, which is out in Arizona, and it was his, like, Frank Lloyd Wright. Let's start at the beginning. I apologize, I'm rambling a bit. If you don't know, Frank Lloyd Wright is one of the most famous U.S. architects. His work was prevalent from the late 1800s throughout the first half of the 1900s. He was born in Wisconsin and lived in that area, and then designed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes and buildings over his life. And one of his more significant homes was Taliesin in Spring Green, Wisconsin, and that's one of his more significant works. And then there is a counterpart that he made out in Arizona called Taliesin West, where he spent a lot of his winters at the end of his life and was also a studio. So this is inspired from that building out there. Haven't been to it, but yeah. They did a really cool, okay, here's the shoe. We'll pause for the shoe. I finally got to the shoe. There's more to talk about. They did a really cool ad campaign. I'm going to show you just a little snippet of it for this, and talk more about Frank Lloyd Wright, but I know you've been waiting patiently, so we'll show you the shoe right now. Stick around for more education in a bit. So I got this pair. I think this is like maybe the apricot pair. This is the pair that I wanted. I signed up for both, but this is the one that I liked the most. The colors I like. I like the other one too. Just preference wise, if I only got to choose one, this was the one I wanted. Again, you'll see me put it on. I'm not able to fit this comfortably, so my dad, who has a slightly smaller foot than me, I'm gonna give this to him as a present. But like, that's a really pretty pair of shoes. It's like perfect if you want your like dad, uncle, older parent, grandparent, older sibling to stunt, but they don't want to wear a pair of Jordan 12s. This, a New Balance, a new era New Balance or collab New Balance is like the thing for them. It'll be comfortable. You can't get this at Walmart, right? Can't get this at Walmart. Like this is the Cadillac of dad shoes right here. It's 990 V3. So it looks a little more sleek than your average New Balance you could get at Dick's Sporting Goods. But it's, it's the white leather upper, not a lot of bright colors. So kind of if shoe. Can't, like, someone who's not into sneakers might think this looks better. They can't put their finger on why. But this won't stand out that much. Like, if I gave this to my dad, he's not going to get that many compliments on this shoe. No one's going to bat an eye except maybe a kid. This, though, might get compliments from a variety of people. This looks a little flashier, but still subtle. Earth tones with multiple shades of green. I think it's a pig suede, they said, here, combined with this hairy toe cap mudguard. Very similar to the Salehi Bembury. I think they're 992s, or 990 V2s. I did an unboxing of those. Again, those I didn't cop for myself either. Those for my friend. I think those New Balance suede is a little hairier than this, but either way, this is a very hairy suede, as you can see. Mesh upper on the toe box, leather New Balance logo, absorb cushion technology in the midsole, multicolor outsole, cool kind of outsole. I've never owned a pair of 998s. I know it's a classic model for them. I just haven't owned a pair because, you know, they haven't done, you know, to be honest, I'm like most people. I'm not an old New Balance head. I'm a bandwagoner. I admit it. I'll admit it. I'm a bandwagoner. So since there haven't been a ton of collabs or talk about the 998, I haven't had a pair. And I think that's Ronnie Fieg on his Twitter hinted that he was going to drop a 998. He was like, this is a model that hasn't, that he wishes would come back. And then sure enough, a day later, he posts these. You got the Made in MiUSA embroidered on the tongue and more suede up top on the tongue. Inside is very soft like felt. Flannel. It's like that, you know, it's like the sheet material, bed sheets material. Very soft. And then you got this like nylon, cool blueprint, architectural schematics, drawings there from, it looks like, this is like, I think, a Broadacre city drawings. This is what inspired this shoe. So I think it looks like the drawings of the kind of the city drawings there. Let's bring out the other shoe really quick. You see the paper here. Show off the paper here. Here's the other shoe. I think they are slightly different insoles, different portions of the drawing here. Probably can line them up. Frank Lloyd Wright logo there. New Balance logo on the right one. So that's cool. Got multiple laces. So 3 sets of laces. You kind of got this beige, off-white cream one. You got a stark white cream. And then you got a multicolored lace that's tubed, not flat. Woven multicolor. Now, I'm giving these to my dad, so I don't know what he's going to choose. But like if this was me, I would definitely put this multicolored one in. I'm a fancy boy. This is flashy. Add some flash to these. I really like that multicolored lace. So that would be the choice for me. We'll see what he goes with. And then here's the paper. Drawing. Kind of futuristic Broadacre city. So this was like his plan for a futuristic city planning. Kind of combining farming with city, with the outdoors, with homes. Interesting concept. I like it. I think it's dope. Okay, so really quick, I'm going to try these on. So stick around. I'm going to try these on. You can see them kind of on foot. And I'll explain sizing on these a little bit more in depth. But really quick, I want to show you the ad campaign KITH and Ronnie and Taliesin came up with. So if you got the email notification for these, here's the video they did. They did it in the style of like a video you'd see at one of these they're all like protected. A lot of his bigger buildings are like museums now. You can go visit them, ticketed entry. They have, you know, information up, and this is like a video you'd watch in the 90s at one of these places.
Welcome to Taliesin West, a desert utopia founded and constructed.
It's not quite 4x3, but it's almost 4x3. I don't know if they did this video completely from scratch or if they borrowed from an actual video, but they did new VO because he says Ronnie Fieg in this video. So this is Taliesin West, giant building. Do you like how I'm doing low budge like this? I'm not even editing this into the video. Instead, I'm just showing it on a different phone to you. I mean, you gotta give a subscribe just for my laziness there, you know. See, and then they added the shoes in there. It's kind of cool. So they had a drop at Taliesin West if you were in that area in Phoenix. I think, Scottsdale. If you're outside of Scottsdale, you could actually go there, pick up a pair, which I thought was dope. Obviously, I'm not there. A lot of us aren't there, so a lot of us tried to get them at KITH. So as you can see from that place and this, He kind of developed the prairie home. That was a significant style of his, or the Usonian home. And again, I'm from Wisconsin, so I'm a fan of architecture and art, so I'm a big Frank Lloyd Wright fan. You know, I'm not just saying it. I got tons of books. The Hollyhock House is here in LA. Which house is that? Forgot which one that is. Got that at a used bookstore. Yeah, he was big into the prairie home, or like big into. He helped design and create the prairie air quotes prairie home. I would love to own a Frank Lloyd Wright home at some point in my life. He designed these in Madison, Wisconsin. He went to Madison, Wisconsin, my school. So yeah, anyways, big Frank Lloyd Wright fan. And yeah, one of the more famous Wisconsin architects. Now, what I forgot to mention is, you know, just like people might wonder, how are you able to get these shoes? I have no connects. I have 0 plugs, 0 connects. I'm not sponsored. I do not get seated shoes. You just kind of got to go out there and do the bare minimum of work. So, you know, I signed up for a raffle, won the other one for my lady, and I just asked the dude. Now, this technique, you know, the strategy is not going to work on a pair of Lost and Founds. You walk into Foot Locker and ask them, hey, do you got any Lost and Founds in the back? They're going to laugh at you. But at the same time, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything except your pride. And so something like this, a retailer collab, like if like a retail shop had a collab, you know, I think it's worth asking, especially if it's not ultra hype. You know, hey, do you have any of these left? Like your concepts or social status or I'm on money air. You know, not a huge dunk collab, but like, I don't know, maybe even dunks nowadays they're falling, but like, just it's worth asking them if they have any of these. And I got lucky here. They did. They did, not my size, but they did have a pair in the back, which is sweet. All right, now I'm going to try this on for you so you can see the sizing difference. This is size 11.5. Fits very comfortably. Maybe could go a touch snugger, but like I want these to be comfortable, so I won't want them any bigger, really. But 11.5, perfect in 990 V3s. And a lot of the New Balance runners, it's very similar sizing. So I tend to go true to size. Not tend to, I do go true to size in New Balance runners. Because half size up is a little too big. Half size down, this is the problem. This happened to me on my pair of Joe Fresh Goods 990 V3s. Outside clothes, same thing happened. Had to sell that pair, take a loss, and buy a new pair. The toe is fine. The toe has plenty of room. When I stand up even, it's fine. It's just right here across the top of the foot. Right at the top of the foot, it is too tight here. There's not enough room at the top of the foot. I lace these. These aren't even laced, and I'm out of room. So even laced loosely, that's a tongue twister, this leather across the top here by the front lace is just already hugging and squeezing the top of my foot. And I'm not even stepping. This is just my foot loosely placed in an unlaced pair, and it's just too tight up there. That's my foot. I don't know about you guys, but I don't even have a high arch. So I gotta imagine anyone with a high arch, this is gonna even be worse. I have pretty flat feet. So I don't know. So unfortunately, even though these almost fit from a length perspective. They do fit from a length perspective. Just the upper is too tight. So that's the problem. So hopefully my dad can fit these. He has a slightly smaller foot than me. He might still have the same problem. But luckily, by the time he opens these, hopefully these will have gone up in price and I can just sell them, get my money back if they are too tight for him. So we shall see. I think you'll like these. He's a big Frank Lloyd Wright fan too. I think these are great. I like the other colorway. I prefer this one though. And so yeah, lessons are, if you take anything away from this video, don't go ahead. Be careful. Try on New Balances before you buy half size down. Try them on first. On Lowheat collabs, always check if they got some in the back. Doesn't cost you anything. just ask the sales associate. And third of all, check out some of Frank Lloyd Wright's work. Interesting cat, designed lots and lots of buildings from very interesting architecture. One of the more famous U.S. architects, Midwest-based. Yeah, obviously inspired Ronnie Fieg to do this collaboration. So I like it. It's a pairing of all my worlds. Let me know what you think about these. The 998 model, Frank Lloyd Wright, other architects, KITH, all your thoughts. Put them in the comments. Thanks for watching. More unboxings coming up soon, including that Peace Minus One Nike G-Dragon collab. And check out my Twitch channel.